Cast here, but this time, it's a bit changed in the on season. We're during the season now. I'm joined by co-caster Pillow V or Pillow 5. Which one do you prefer?
I just prefer Pillow. That's it.
Sure thing. So looking at a matchup here, ZER0. It's going to be a very interesting matchup, I would say. Some notable players I'm seeing.
Yeah, I see on over on the ZER0 side. I mean, there's some players that have been around for a little bit. Juice got now. Haven't really heard of him before, but we're gonna see what they can do in the scrim. You know what I mean? Rito. God darn it. Ritual versus ZER0. I have not seen Ritual play in a little bit. They were Phantom at one point, but now they are their own team. So let's see what Ritual can do up against the ZER0.
I can't help but notice that Splunge is over on ZER0's side with the Acer tag, not ZER0. Interesting to see.
Yeah.
Starting out here on Hideout, ZER0 is on defense, Ritual is on offense. Here on Hideout, there's a good amount of ways you can go about going into this top floor, especially on pistol round where it's, evened up all around. Defenders are going to have a hard time defending these points, especially on this top floor. How do you think they should approach this?
Honestly, I think they should approach it by having one guy on hatch and one guy on A window just to be ready to swing in and get the pitch onto the A site if they are going to go for an A push. But we don't know yet. We're going to see what these guys got in mind, see what plays these guys can pull up, and see what ZER0 can do to defend that. And we already see Juice in the A site. We see Benito and Splunge and Jaded both in B. And we got one roam, which is Juice Potato. So it looks like a good little setup here. I'm going to assume that if Juice hears any comms over or any audio, which he did, he's going to get aggro on that swing. He's going to swing out. He's going to find one on the Arctic. That hatch is going to be blown.
I'd say it was a great nade there from Arctic that just barely didn't get a kill off there, but it did tip Juice off that he was there. Jaded takes down Tripnog upstairs, able to come back towards the point. Already, Ritual's down 2 players here. They are droning in, but double incendiary on Mac. I feel like the play here is probably just pushing A. You're down on numbers, you nearly get taken down again. But ZER0 is actually down a good bit on health, so if they can just play this pretty smart, I feel like they can get this off. We have some gunfire being traded downstairs with Miyagi and Mac both trying to take down Juice Potato. They might get flanked out here, actually. Juice Potato is biding his time, takes out Mac, is going to look to take out Miyagi as well. Wall is foamed on A. Juice Potato very patiently waiting inside the bottom floor as A wall is blown. Splunge flanking gets taken out by Caps Lock. Miyagi looking to take out Juice Potato as he pushes out. We'll see if he can get this off.
Oh, and just in time, Jewish Potato swings Miyagi and is able to find Miyagi. And it looks like Caps Lock is going to be going over to the B wall, getting foam on that wall. It blows the wall. Jaded behind that bomb on pretty low HP, and he's only in a 1v4 situation. Will he be able to clutch this, or will he get taken out from Juice or Benito? He swings Jaded. He finds one. Is he going to get the second? He doesn't in Benito with the refrag. 1 round going over to ZER0.
It's a great round going down there. I feel like ZER0 played that pretty well, staying on the points. Ritual, unfortunately, got caught out quite a few times on 1v1s or 1v2s, I would say. I feel like maybe grouping up a little bit more, playing the buddy system, 3-2 push maybe might work in their favor. They had a few too many roamers, maybe.
Yeah, they were kind of getting picked off one by one. I mean, I would just stick together, to be honest. I mean, having one roam is okay as well. Kind of just... What I would do here was just put my teammates in the buddies, so just duos.
Yeah, exactly. You have buddy system, and then you have usually I would say the droner, who's going to drone them in and then come up on flank watch alone. That's typically how people would lay it out team wise. But I feel like maybe some teams, I haven't seen some teams experiment a little bit with that, having just 4 people push in and then 1 person on the drone just covering the flank. I'm not sure if they're going to get that meta shift. It just seems like too drastic of a shift, really, to take off.
Yeah, I do agree with you. However, it looks like Juice shooting out that storage door Arctic, be able to get that wall foam, blows that wall. And it looks like Caps Lock and Jewish Potato are having a gunfight right now. Caps Lock getting really aggro. Jewish Potato on 1 HP is able to find Caps Lock. Mac able to find Juice as well. And it looks like they're going to be just aggroing sight.
Some great gunplay there from Juice, I feel like. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay. Miyagi. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. Tripnog and Miyagi both swinging at the... Ooh, what a wallbang from Miyagi. Able to find Jewish Potato. Benito. Crouch walking in. I'm not sure what Sponge is doing. Oh, he's wrapping around through A site. Benito. Will he be able to find Miyagi, or will Miyagi get taken out from Sponge? Tripnog finding Benito. Miyagi finds on the guy in connectors, and it is now 1-on-1 for these both teams. What was your thoughts from this play from Ritual?
I think Ritual played that pretty well. Part of the problem with ZER0, I feel like the roaming there, for one, I feel like when Jewish Potato got caught out on the garage, he did get the kill off, but I think it would have been time to rotate back to point while he wasn't being chased, rather than trying to stay out and roam on 1 health. It really kind of put them at a disadvantage when he got taken down. You know, I feel like still, again, being grouped up, not clumped, obviously. You don't want to be too close that a grenade can kill all of you, but being able to support each other, especially on defense, it's super important to be able to check each other's cross angles, right? If you have a wall open and you are checking one wall, you need someone else watching to make sure they can't just full rush you. And that is something that we've been seeing a lot of times, I feel like, in these casts, in the offseason from some of the games I've been seeing, is that people are covering the side angles. You know, we are seeing roam guard that is being seen by another person. I just feel like it needs to continue that trend rather than going back to something where people just get flanked all the time. Looks like we do have a 4-person, you know, point guard here, other than Jewish Potato, who is, I believe, their dedicated roamer over there on ZER0. He has been roaming, you know, pretty much every time I see him. Looks like we do actually have maybe a hatch blow here from Mac over on Ritual, maybe trying to get a bit of a distraction down. We'll hear a Jewish Potato coming up the stairs, I believe, hoping to capitalize off of it.
Oh, and Arctic just misses Jewish Potato running back in the site. That would have been a nasty pick from Miyagi. Or Arctic.
Let's see, it would have been...
Mac... Sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
Mac on that stairs. Will he find Jewish Potato? Jewish Potato not paying attention. And it looks like Mac is going to find Jewish Potato. Is he going to get the double? He gets a double. All Miyagi has to do now, or Mac has to do now, is get aggro. And it looks like Juice is really low. Mac does not know. And I'm going to assume he does know now. Juice on 7 HP. What can he do in this situation? Will he get aggro? Or will he try to make his way out and try to save that gun, which is kind of impossible in the situation play?
I was say, oh, what a great flick from Mac there, getting the kill on Juice before he kills him. I just want to say, where were the comms for Benito there? I feel like Jewish Potato got killed and then just didn't call out that there was a person upstairs, because Mac could just straight drop from upstairs, drop down, and the Benito still had his back turned towards that door. I feel like if maybe the comms got it a little bit sooner, it could have turned that round around a bit better. So I think we do have a soft buy here from Ritual. Trying to get 3 Vezins, 4 Vezins actually, and then Arctic stuck on a Jester, I believe, buying attachments for his teammates. No, a full buy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, now that the Vezin is 3,200, I believe,
instead
of 2,900. It's definitely going to be a lot of saves nowadays, in my opinion. However, both of these teams are going to full buy. However, one has a Viper, Cadillo, and what is that, an Omen? Oh, only one Vezin. Okay, I'm tripping. We got
personally, I think more teams should adapt to the Marui. You know, it has been buffed pretty well. The Marui and the Ariel, I feel like, are some things that teams just kind of stubbornly aren't going for. And that could be a really good solution a lot of times. Looks like Juice Potato trying to pick up Tripnog as he comes through. Barely misses. Does take down Tripnog, but it's taken down by Caps Lock. Caps Lock also looking to take down another player within the point. ZER0 now down to 3 players. 2 players
Oh
stuck
my
out
god,
in
Mac
storage.
and Jaded both on the bomb in the smoke, and it looks like Jaded is gonna find Mac. Sorry, cut you off. Juice also finding Arctic. Juice is in a tough situation right now. However, Benito is able to find Caps Lock. Juice has to peek Miyagi to pick him off, but it looks like he doesn't. Looks like Miyagi's gonna get aggro on that storage door. Or he's just gonna hold an angle and just play this a little slow. That. He's able to find one on Benito. Jaded behind him. Oof, gets a beautiful shot on the Miyagi. I'm sorry to cut you off right there, Plague.
No worries. You know, getting the action in. I feel like a great shot there from Jade to take him down. I just think maybe he wasn't expecting Jade to stay out that wall for as long as he did. I feel like both teams kind of on the back foot here. You know, neither team having a fantastic economy. Both teams kind of similar, other than maybe some frontrunners in Miyagi and Mac, but otherwise pretty similar. I just feel like these two teams aren't quite sure how they want to play Hideout, you know. Ritual, especially when they're doing this offense, they're kind of shaky on their push. I feel like they aren't fully committing to a point. It feels like they are partially trying to stay back, partially trying to move forward, and it's not really working out sometimes. But same with ZER0. Other than the full roam, which seems to be Juice Potato's bread and butter, I feel like these ZER0 members are kind of just playing a point and then switching off, and they don't really have maybe a preset place where they typically go. And I feel like that might work to their disadvantage on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, Jewish Potato, I mean, the roam hasn't really been working a whole lot, even though he has gotten 1 or 2 picks roaming, but I feel like in this situation, it'd be better if he just played with the team more. And oh my god, Jaded from bottom storage, finding Mac on that laundry window. What a beautiful peek from Juice.
I say in that case, like a quick roam, you know, that can work out.
Quick roams instead of long roams. I mean, they sometimes work, sometimes they don't work. I mean, it all depends on how you play it and the timing that you give. You know what I mean?
100%.
Ooh.
Tripnog leaning up
a lot of damage from Tripnog, and Jewish Potato with a nut. Oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Oh my goodness,
double
Jewish
kill.
Potato
Going for the triple, but he doesn't get it. Suddenly, Miyagi having to do a 1v. Yeah, gets taken down. Ritual not looking too good for them right now.
Not right now. No, I mean, Jewish Potato with that Knut just absolutely shut down that main push. What are your thoughts on the Knut, Plague?
I mean, personally, I do enjoy the Knut. I think, personally, for me, I don't use it a lot just because I sometimes get frustrated with it because it feels like when I shoot, you know, I miss a lot of the bullets, and then when people shoot, they can kill me from that far away. But that's a skill issue on my part. I'm aware of that. I'm more of a Marui or a Kadeo person, you know, longer range, tactically trying to hit stuff rather than, you know, frontrunners. But for the people who can entry frag like that, I salute them. They are the powerhouses on a lot of the teams. You know, everyone has their part on the teams, but a good entry fragger can really make or break a match.
Oh yeah, indeed. Especially when they're like just winning a lot of their gunfights. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing Jewish Potato on a deep roam again. How is this going to work out? Not really sure. But 1 on B. It looks like Splunge is going to wait for that drop. And it does look like Caps Lock did drop, but Miyagi saw that. What a beautiful pre-fire from Splunge. And Jaded gets taken out from Mac. Tripnog swinging that wall. Will he find the guy connectors? Ooh, what a beautiful headshot from Tripnog. Will he find another one? Juice behind. Juice. We see incense coming out from both of these teams, I believe. Benito on the back. Peeking Jewish Potato on that roam. Sees Tripnog. Will he be able to find Tripnog? Tripnog is not paying attention. It looks like Jewish Potato might find him. Almost finds him. Juice able to find Mac as well.
Mac does take out Juice with that incendiary, but it looks like Benito is trying to return the favor as soon as the MP goes down. They are planting on the opposite side that a lot of teams would think, so it is working out for them a lot here. You know, they did switch the side. They don't know that Jewish is still coming up the stairs, but Arctic does a great flank check there. Bit of a lost opportunity from Jewish Potato. I feel like he could have had a little bit of patience when he was roaming on that bottom floor. He was already down there anyway. He could have roamed up the stairs a little more rather than shooting a trip knock and not getting the kill off. It really just revealed his location full on.
Yeah, there's a thing called trigger discipline. You know, if you have good trigger discipline on that flank and you see somebody and they don't see you, I wouldn't shoot. I would just wait until you see multiple and you could try to get that flick kills off. But that was a decent play from Juice Potato. You know, taking some damage off of Trip Nog. But Arctic checked that flank, and not a lot of people check flank. Plague.
No, I think 100% you need to have, especially as you get up to higher levels of play, you know, we're seeing it on Valor, we're seeing it on IVI, we're seeing it on, you know, Acer and things like that. You need to have a dedicated flank watch. And that's one thing that a lot of people have seen IVI do really well is they do have, you know, that full push where they have that 3-person, you know, wrecking ball that comes through the points and tries to just burst through any defense. But they have very, very dedicated flank watches, which makes it so that it's very hard for any teams to get the jump on them. And that's, you know, something that a lot of teams really do need to work on. You need to have, you have 5 players, you can have 2 people doing one thing, 2 people doing another, and then 1 person dedicated to the flank watch. It'll work out a lot better for a good few teams.
Yeah, we see Miyagi taking a gunfight with Jaded. He's able to find Jaded. Is he going to find another one? No, he doesn't. Jewish Potato finding the refrag. Caps Lock on bar. Will he find Plunge? And it looks like he doesn't. Caps Lock gets taken out from Plunge. And Jewish Potato finding Mac. Jewish Potato coming down that stairs. You see Juice, Benito, and Jewish all stacked up and waiting for this flank from Trip Nog. And I believe they have an idea that he is over there because he's not on site. Sponge getting ready to swing off whenever that instant goes away. It looks like he's going to get ready to swing off of that. And he does. He gets taken out from Trip Nog. Is Trip Nog going to find another one? He finds another one. However, he has 15 HP, and so he is in a tough situation against one that is on 22 and 100. Is he going to find the clutch, or is he just going to get taken out? And it looks like he's going to get taken out from Juice. What a beautiful play from ZER0, Plague.
No, 100%. I think coming in on A point especially was great because they, you know, went on the off meta. Ritual didn't have any utility over on the point because they didn't think there was going to be anyone who was going to be coming over there. And I think, personally, Benito may have had a bit of a misplay on the connect there. I don't know if you saw, but when that incendiary went down, he ran out and didn't really info peek, and so he kind of just gave them sound cues of where he was. Just a bit of an unfortunate timing thing there, I would say, for Ritual. But they're not out of the running yet. You know, they're only down 1 round. They went into this 3-3. There's plenty of potential to get this back, and it's only the first map.
Yeah. Sometimes teams can be good on offense and defense, you know what I mean? I mean, we could see either 0, 7-3, 7-4, 7-5 even against Ritual. But, you know what I mean? These teams have different playstyles on each side of the game. So offense and defense, you know, you see different playstyles. However, it's like whoever is able to find the pick off first and just play for picks, honestly. If you play for picks, you find your picks really well and you're able to play off of like any util that you have, I believe you'd have a good way of winning this game.
100%. And looks like we do have 2 players guarding Garage here. Jaded pushing straight up, trying to take it the refrag. Mac takes down 2, but gets taken down by a double push. Miyagi and Caps Lock both holding down B, as we do have Tripnog on the roam, who's probably going to get someone if they climb up on that bench. Nearly takes out Juice, but barely can't get it off. He's probably going to get triple pushed here. Jaded does take out Tripnog. Wall is not blown. 2v3 here. However, Jaded and Juice are both very low. We're going to have to put in some work here to get this off. Miyagi is about to get killed by that wall. Does get killed. Caps Lock takes out Splunge. Caps Lock takes out Jaded as well, as it looks like Jaded didn't reload his gun. I heard him click it trying to shoot, and it just didn't go through.
That was a beautiful push, executed very well from ZER0. They were aggro. They had double people swinging together, and Tripnut just got caught off guard by Jaded swinging through that Molotov. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's got to be heartbreaking for Ritual, I would say, down 2 rounds here, they're not looking great economy-wise, and I think one important thing that a lot of teams don't do is, you got to keep your morale up here. You got to understand, it's first map. You're going to go down a few. You need to be able to come back from this. And I think some teams just get really discouraged. We've seen that from a few teams where they go for full buy, they don't get it. They go for full buy, they don't get it. Nickel and diming their way to a loss. They don't, give themselves a round, go, hey, we can afford to lose this round to be able to go at the next round really strong. And I think that's a really important thing that some teams need to remember, that you can afford to lose a round. It's okay to go down 1 to win the next.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, if you're good with Vezins, definitely it would be a good idea to save. And anywho, we see Tripnog and Mac both in master bedroom. Tripnog finding Jaded with just a beautiful little corner he was sitting in. Is that a corner? No, it's not. We see Benito and Splunge both on this door. Will Mac get aggro and swing this? Or no, he gets back to site. Tripnog should rotate, probably, because they already know that he is in master bedroom. Juice finding Miyagi through... Oh, I thought it was through the wall, but he finds Miyagi trying to get aggro on that door. Tripnog holding Splunge. Oh, what a beautiful flash from Splunge! Oh, what a beautiful... Oh my goodness, that flash was so nice, Plague.
I was to say, I think a bit of an overswing here from Juice. He's now stuck on the point, and he doesn't have EMP. He's just going to get naded out here, yeah. He pushed a little too deep. Arctic is going to get Incend out. He's going to actually take out Juice Potato before getting taken out by Juice Potato's Incendiary. Caps Lock gets taken down by Splunge. Mac takes down Benito. Now it's just a 1v1. I think Mac kind of got split between where he was going. He was trying to leave the door, but he just got killed by Splunge as he kept trying to run. I feel like in that case, if it were me, if I'm getting pushed like that, I feel like I just turn and try to shoot him as he pushes me. What do you think you would do there?
I would probably just go for the kill, to be honest. I mean, if I die, I do die, but it's like I want to get a bit of damage for my team to be able to find the pick or even the refrag even. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to push deep into a site, I always want to try to get at least some damage so it can help my team out to get the picks off later in the round. But to be honest, there's not much you could really do in that situation.
Yeah, there's not a ton you can do. It's just kind of a thing of opinion, I feel. We do have ZER0 now up 3, 6-3. Ritual has to get 4 in a row, including overtime, in order to win this. It's not unheard of. We've seen it happen, but it's a rough situation to be in for any team, especially on such a economy deficit here. Ritual running low on, weapons, running low on utility, running low on almost everything, and nearly losing Miyagi off the bat as people wallbang that, trying to take him down immediately. I feel like that was a bit of a risky play for Miyagi, but at least it worked out and he didn't go down immediately. Going for a bit of an ego push here.
Splunge takes out Tripnog. Sorry to cut you off. That was amazing from Splunge reading that play from Tripnog. Jaded finding Arctic with a beautiful headshot from the Vezin. Mac on that roam. And he looks like he's going to find that. Oh my god, he finds Jaded. Will he find Juice? No, Juice plays with the instant very, very well. He's going to swing into storage. Mac cannot do anything. And Juice is just tearing away this defense of Ritual.
Goes for the flash. He's going to push here through the Incendiary. He's not going to take down Mac. He got a little greedy there, I would say. Now 1v1. Mac versus Splunge. Both know where the other is. But Mac takes some hits. Splunge has time here. He can just kind of wait it out if he wants to. He doesn't have to aggressively push this, but he does. ZER0 claiming a hideout 7-3. What do you think about the push on that last round?
I think that push was amazing. Juice utilized that Incendiary very, very well and was just tearing away the defense of Ritual. He did get a little aggro on Mac, and I believe he only did that because he thought that he flashed him, but I guess not. Juice, we see Juice, I think it was last 2 rounds or last round, he got a little aggro on site and got picked off because of it. I mean, if he just plays back, finds his own picks, and that's the best way to play it, to be honest, in my own opinion.
Yeah, I think patience is something that some players do need to take advantage of. I think Jewish Potato is a great example of that sometimes. we see him a lot of times waiting in the corner. He knows there's a player on the other side of the wall from him, but he waits to make sure they get complacent, that they think there's no one there before he does push. If he pushes immediately, they're going to be expecting it. They're going to be knowing, okay, there's someone near here. I know I need to keep my gun up, rather than, hey, I think I'm fine. I can put my gun down. Because that's another thing a lot of teams, do. They don't always keep their gun up, and it doesn't work out for them a lot of the times. So I think having patience, having the know-how to go, okay, I'm not going to get a kill immediately, but that means I can get a kill later in this round to help my team. Looks like we do have second map already voted on. I believe ZER0 is going to be starting on offense. We're going into it here. Arctic is going to be our second map. Oh my. It's going to be interesting. Hideout into Arctic. We'll see if Ritual picks up a round here. Sorry, picks up a map. Going down one map, not too bad. A 7-3 loss is somewhat rough on the morale, I would say. But I believe they can get out of it here, and especially a clean slate here on Arctic, starting on defense. A pretty strong start, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely a strong start. I mean, I would always want to start on defense if I was playing Arctic, but if one team is good at defense on Arctic, have them play defense first, and then you could play defense, because it's like one team could be good on defense and then they could just be not so good on offense. You know what I mean? So it's like it could be a little just it's like a little chess battle between who gets which. But if this Ritual team is good on defense on Arctic, I mean, I wonder what they could do on offense. Like,
I'll say that's always the debate for me on a lot of these maps is I typically like to start on my weak side so that I can get, any rounds I can get off are, a big victory. And then when I'm on my strong side, I'm pretty confident I can get more off. But it just feel like, are the trade-offs even worth it? Looks like we do have some utility coming out here, some very early utility on both sides. Incendiary and Nade both not going to take out any players. Splunge does get taken down there by Mac, but they use $400 to take him down, and now ZER0 is free to just push straight in. They're into A now. That Nade doesn't take anyone down. Arctic is on the right. He gets taken out by Juice. Tripdong tries to push through the connector, but can't get through. Miyagi pushing through the vent gets taken out by Juice Potato, looking to pick up Tripnog as well. Benito maybe getting up to the vent here. Tripnog is going to have to pull some magic to get this off, I would say. Tripnog nearly takes out Benito, but barely can't get it off. Juice play spacing out, trying to take down Mac. None of these players having a lot of health. Juice Potato having 23, his teammates having 1, but Mac is also 1 tap. Very similar situations all around here. Mac, I think, is just going to aggro out here. I'm just not sure what the play is here for him. Does take out Benito, but gets taken out by Juice. Great play there from ZER0, pushing in and getting the EMP down with a distraction from Mac. Personally, I feel like that trade-off, Mac dying so the rest of the team can get into point, I feel that was worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you see Splunge on the other side of that map on bottom really making a lot of noise. However, he does get picked off, but he does some damage onto Benito. Or not Benito, sorry. I'm not sure who it was that was on bottom contesting him. I think it was Miyagi, though. It was Mac? Okay. Yeah, he does get a bit of damage on the Mac, but he gets taken out for a good reason, because ZER0 really did put the pressure on that doors just so the other team or the other side can push in, get that plant, and just hold it. That was a beautiful plan from them. Split pushes are always good if you can execute them correctly.
100%. And we see that, split in ideas from a lot of these teams, especially, getting into Master. Valor going for, straight up just full pushes. Meanwhile, some of the other teams may be opting for some split pushes occasionally. Obviously, it's up to their discretion what they want to do. There's no direct, definite, this is the correct play, this is the right way to do it. But, there are some meta ways to go about it. Speaking of which, we do have ZER0 looking to push straight up through Green Hallway. Trips nearly take down Juice Potato, but barely don't. Mac is on the roam. And actually, ZER0 doesn't check the roam at all. Mac is free to just push straight up. He didn't get droned out at all, and no one checked it.
He's going to get a free pick, and he gets one, but he gets taken out with a refrag from Splunge. What a beautiful reaction that was. And Jewish Potato almost gets taken out from the strip mines. I'm not sure if you caught that. He tries to shoot him out, but he was a little too slow. So we see Miyagi on that green double door. Will he swing to try to get a pick? Yeah, he swings, but gets headshotted, and that's his cue to leave that position.
I think Miyagi and Tripnog here, the play is probably rotating back to point, but maybe Tripnog should rotate through green hallway. He does take out Juice, looking to take out Benito as well. EMP is trying to go down, but they're tapping it. Caps Lock is right there by the EMP. He's going to try to take out Juice Potato. Looks like it was maybe a fake plant. They're trying to get one tick at a time. EMP's in a rough spot here, actually, pretty far from the boxes you would normally want it on. You know, it's a bit rough. They're going to be a bit out in the open.
Yeah, we see Juice Potato swinging Tripnog with that Spectral and is able to find him. Arctic finding Benito. Now is all down to Jewish Potato. Will he find Caps Lock, or will Caps Lock... Oh, wait, no. It looks like he's going to rotate around, get some wall bangs onto Caps Lock. Caps Lock zigzagging to get out of that. And he looks like he's going to the A. He's going to try to flank around. Will he get caught out from Arctic, or will he find Arctic and find Caps Lock at the same time?
It'd be interesting to see. He has only 9 health, so he has to hit all of his shots here and hope they don't hit any of their shots. Rough situation to be in. I feel like he could get it off, but unfortunately he gets taken out by Caps Lock through that vent, correctly identifying that he was going around. 1-to-1 here. Again, not too bad off for either team. SMGs all around. Maybe a rifle coming out here, but I feel like, you know, you can't really decide the outcome here yet, and we've been seeing this so far. The teams on the first half of the map kind of been trading back and forth. We'll see if that continues with that trend like they did in Hideout. I'm excited to see if they do. We do see actually, there was a Marui out from Jewish Potato, but he goes to a Cadillo, maybe opting to save a little bit more money. We actually see a full buy coming out here from Ritual as much as they can.
Yeah. Miyagi and Tripnog. Let's see. Oh, okay. I thought Miyagi was top frag for a second. We got Arctic and Mac both top fragging for Ritual side at this point in time. Splunge, Juice, Jewish Potato both have, or all three have 2 kills and 1 death. However, there's 1 extra. Benito 1 and 2, and as well as Jaden 1 and 2. And over on Ritual, Tripnog 1 and 2, Miyagi 0 and 2, and Caps Lock 1 and 1 as well. And I also wanted to point out, Plague Doctor, that the reaction from these players are just impeccable. You know what I mean? Like, he checks flank and then instantly reacts to that and is able to find him. What do you think about that?
I think, you know, it's a great showing for a lot of people, especially, you know, maybe some people who aren't at the level of play that they want to be. You know, it's not necessarily raw skill. You can work on what you can do. You can work on the skills that you have. And I think you can see that a lot in Zero and Ritual's play here. You can clearly tell they've been practicing a lot on their plays, you know, trying to figure out, okay, I need to, if I hear this, I need to swing around. You know, it's game sense wise, but it's also just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Like
Ooh, what a beautiful angle from Mac. And it looks like Miyagi's going to swing out, gets 1, he gets 2. Will Mac find Juice? Juice is aware of Mac probably swinging that wall. And it looks like he jiggle peeks at 4 info and is, oh, beautiful shot from Mac. That info peek is what you really need to do in these situations, like.
I say that was a great info peek, and Splunge getting killed by Caps Lock on a great run out. Now a 1v4 here. However, he's not too bad on health. Juice Potato clearly heard Mac roaming up the stairs here. Mac does get taken down, giving Jewish Potato a free Vezin. You know, we'll see what he does with it. He might go save here. I feel like if I were him, I would probably just go save up on roof. Looks like he may actually... He may not be saving, but me personally, $1,100, an incendiary in hand, and a Vezin, maybe just trying to get a pick rather than trying to push my luck here would probably be the play. He is going to get pushed out by Tripnog here, trying to get the kill off. Vezin v Vezin does get the pick off here on Tripnog, pushing through the vent, trying to get the pick off on Arctic. Arctic does throw a nade out, blocking off the hallway with an incendiary. Juice Potato pushing up, trying to push his advantage here. Caps Lock is up on the bench. Most likely Juice Potato did hear him climb up. He did take him down. Arctic now does take out. That's a heartbreaking loss there for Jewish Potato, I feel like. Does take down 3 and just barely can't claim the 4th.
Oh, that was an interesting play from Jewish Potato. Getting aggro at the right time. You know, he really caught a lot of players off guard. He found Trip Nog. He found the pick onto, I believe it was Caps Lock that was on top of that little table. And just a beautiful play from Jewish Potato, almost clutching it up for his team. But just Arctic was able to find the refrag, and, you know, that round goes over to Ritual.
I was say Ritual now leading 2-1, and ZER0 is going to be going for as much of a full buy as they can. Meanwhile, Ritual is kind of also going for a full buy. I believe both teams fully committing to this, trying to just get anything they can, but Ritual actually does go down a player. Bot Neil here, probably going to get taken out by one of these Ritual players for his gun. If they notice, he has an Incendiary and a Frag as well as a Vezin. I feel like killing him is a no-brainer here. Unless they think their teammate's going to come back immediately, he's kind of a liability. Back does take out Jaded immediately. Juice Potato takes out Mac in return. Goes to push straight up to the wall. Both teams down a player. We'll see if they do bot takeover. I'd be surprised if they didn't. Bot Neil gets taken out by Splunge. You know, I feel like lost opportunity for Tripnog to kill the bot to get a Vezin, an Incendiary, a Frag, and everything else. Juice Potato trying to shoot through the smoke here to take out any players he can. Does get naded, but not dead yet. Splunge going for the plant. Unfortunately, Ritual has no utility to deny this plant, so he can freely just go for it. Now, 2v3 here. Juice Potato down to 3. Splunge down to 85. Not too bad off. Meanwhile, Ritual not even having a full player's health bar between the two of them.
Yeah, Juice Potato and Splunge all holding the same angle. Caps Lock getting aggro, finds one. Will he find the second? He finds the second. Will he find the third? He will not. And Jewish Potato, with a beautiful reaction time, is able to find Caps Lock. Caps Lock had a beautiful play there. He could have killed Caps Lock or Jewish Potato, but he gets taken out, not knowing Jewish was in that corner waiting for him.
Trading rounds back and forth like we've been seeing now, 2-2. Again, the team's economy is pretty even, other than Juice Potato and a front runner on 3,400 because of that win, carrying 2 stims as well. Great win for his team there. Looking at the scores here, 8-2 from Juice Potato, 4.0 KD. You know, this late in the scrim, I'm surprised to see it, and I'm happy for him. And then looks like we do have 5-4 from Mac as well. All players really doing pretty well for their team. I feel like there's no way to really guess who's going to win right now, especially on Arctic. It can really swing either way. Very volatile map.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed. I just noticed this. I feel like Mango just got swapped in from another player. I'm not sure who got swapped out, but a little
You're right.
Little roster change right there. I hope you noticed that.
Yeah, I did notice they had a disconnect, and then they didn't kill the bot, and that was a bit of a misplay from them. So at least they do have a player now, but I feel like, is it too little too late, maybe? They do have a player coming in. Hopefully he's not coming in cold, or that's going to be a pretty rough thing here. Juice, looking at the droning style here, checking for utility. We do see him at head height. You know, I feel like maybe almost never are you going to see any of the droners at, you know, a higher level of play at head height. You're going to see them down low and never up high because you don't want to be easy to shoot. You know, you're going to be popping up and down. You're going to be getting behind cover as the drone because you want to get information. You can't do that if you're getting shot out immediately. So, I mean, it's something that a lot of players do need to work on. Splunge taking out Tripnog from the gym, trying to take out a player coming through the vent. Benito going straight for the plant here. Mango is flanking along with Mac. Mango takes out Juice Potato, but then gets taken out by Jaded. Almost gets the refrag, but Jaded takes out Mac as he tries to push up. Splunge takes out Cook. And then Jaded takes out Miyagi.
Goodness. Jaded with a beautiful 3K. That player is impeccable. I don't know if you noticed, but my goodness, that guy just absolutely shut down that defense of Ritual.
100%
That play was also really nice from ZER0 as well. That push from ZER0 was beautiful. You know, watching that flank, getting. I always say this to people: play refrags. If you get a refrag, that's beautiful. You know, trading players can be nice, but sometimes it could be really bad, especially if you're down to a let's say you're in a 2v3 situation, one of your players gets baited, and now you're in a 1v2 if you get the refrag. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think getting refrag is really important. That's why I preach the buddy system. You know, having two players next to each other at all times make it so that you can get the refrag off, and especially you could both double swing. A lot of people, especially lower level teams, you know, go into the point one at a time. They decide, oh, you know, we can't both fit through this door. We're going to get collided, so we're not going to go in. But that means you're at a disadvantage at all times if you're going into a point with multiple defenders. If you can push in together, you can get the refrag, you can cover each other. It's a lot better for everyone.
Yeah, we see drone now on bottom, or on the floor now. We haven't seen that from this drone to Tripnog getting aggro. Jewish finding one onto Mango. He finds a second. He finds a third. Will he find Caps Lock? He doesn't. Jewish Potato with a beautiful plan. It looks like Mac on those stairs gets taken out from Jaded, as well as Caps Lock gets founded by Jaded as well.
ZER0 running away with that round, I would say. I don't think that even lasted 20 seconds. That was a crazy, crazy round there. And it does bring ZER0 up 4-2. You know, tough situation for Ritual to be in. How do you think they should play this?
Honestly, I would play fine before getting aggro. Play off of your util. Put people in a partner type situation. You know what I mean? Like, send somebody in with a duo and always swing with that duo. You know what I mean? Just stick together, find your picks, play off of util, and you're good to go. I mean, getting aggro is definitely something you got to be smart about if you want to get aggro. So just don't over aggro. You know what I mean? Just play smart when you're aggro.
Yeah, and I think personally for me, I think Mango or Mango should be getting that other drone, thankfully. I just think having double drone here, especially on pistol round, is really useful because the other team doesn't have a lot to deny your entry with. You know, it looks like ZER0 is full committing to an off-point roam. We actually only have two players even near the point. Splunge does rotate back through. Hatch drop is down. Miyagi somehow doesn't get hit at all after running across the hallway from the hatch. Tripnog does take some hits here on Jim. Jim is blown. Juice Potato does find a kill on Tripnog, but Mac finds a kill on Jewish. Jaded overcommits into the Jim there. A bit of a rough play. Does get killed by Miyagi. Now a 3v4 on pistol round. A rough situation to be in if you're ZER0, especially on defense. I think maybe they overcommitted to that push.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful nade from Caps Lock. I'm sorry to cut you off. That nade bounced off that wall and went right into that door, finding Benito.
My goodness. I saw that nade, but I couldn't tell exactly where it was going. Sponge getting a great info peek off, but Mac does it better. Now it's just Juice. Does take down Mac, does take down Miyagi. Hitless. Barely can't take down Mango. I think he thought he might play space over to the other side. Some great kills there from, I believe, ZER0, but they just couldn't get it off. Now, Ritual, 3-4. They have, you know, they aren't like front runners on economy just yet, but they're getting there. Juice, neither going for a knut, but deciding against it. If I were Ritual here, I think with that win, I think you just push your advantage. You have a lot of money here. Not a ton, but for second round, you have some good money. I feel like pushing with just full SMGs and trying to overpower them is going to work a lot better. You have to full commit to either utility or guns here, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, we could see Ritual come back from a 4-2. You know what I mean? Like, as I said before, there's different play styles for different teams. You could be good on offense and just be pretty bad on defense. But you never know. We still got to wait and see what this Ritual team will do on offense and see if they will bring it back and win a match.
I am interested to see Splunge is actually roaming here for ZER0 rather than Jewish Potato. Maybe he feels more comfortable roaming on Arctic rather than on Hideout for Jewish Potato. Kind of surprised to see that, honestly. I thought he would be roaming. Looks like Juice going for an early incendiary. Same with the other team. Oh, I feel like kind of just a standoff here.
Jewish Potato dropped his gun right in the the instant. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Oh no! Drone coming up here.
His gun had to lean to grab it.
I see. That could have been pretty rough if they were pushing up with it. Luckily they didn't. Looks like we do have Ritual going for just a standard push here on the B wall. I feel like they need to blow it soon if they really want to. Cooked by Caps Lock, the guy with EMP pushed back to check roam. Still no flank watch here. They're lucky ZER0 doesn't have a flanker. Now Caps Lock does check it, but they need to have a dedicated flank watch here, I feel like. And I think they need to put some util down the range if they can. They need to know someone's behind that box. But Ritual does need to do something soon. They need to be able to flush these ZER0 players out. Mac does take out Splunge. Looks like they're on the wall here, and Mango trying to get some good peeks off. Mac, I think, needs to pass the EMP over so they can go plant. Mango takes out Benito. Now a 2v5 here for ZER0. Not unheard of, but it's going to be a rough thing here. Mango barely doesn't see the player behind bomb. Juice pushing out, trying to get the kill off. Caps Lock takes out Jaded. Mango takes out Juice, and then Jaded gets the kill from beyond the grave.
Man, I'll tell you what, Miyagi was very determined to get that EMP planted. My lord. He was just eating that fire.
In that case, if you're in the middle of the incendiary, you know you're not leaving it. You might as well just try to get the plants as far as you can.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think of that push from Ritual?
I think they played that well. You know, it is a meta push that a lot of teams are going to be expecting, but I think they played it pretty much to a T, you know, blowing that wall up, trying to get some good peeks on, and ZER0 as well, playing that very well on defense, just barely couldn't get it out because of getting picked off one by one. I think ZER0 there probably should have played a little more util. They could defend Ritual's push a little bit better, maybe a smoke or two to be able to block off the viewpoint, waste some time, because at the end of the day, Ritual has to plant, not ZER0. ZER0 can just wait them out if they really want to.
Yeah, like whenever you get that EMP planted, it's going from attacking to defending that EMP plant. So there's a lot of things that change if you're on attack. You know, you got to get that EMP planted and you got to defend that EMP so nobody. Whoa, beautiful info peek from Mac finding Jaded. As I was saying, I mean, Tripnog finding Benito, Splunge behind that box. He finds one. He gets refresh from Mac. And it looks like...
Oh my gosh!
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Jewish Potato went down on that room at the beginning. I feel like ZER0 overcommitted to a roam there. You had two people in the green room here. You had one person try to roam through, get killed as well. There was only one player on point there. Bit of a blunder, I would say, from ZER0. Now Ritual's ahead. Looks like we do have Benito holding down a Canut. A full buy coming out from Ritual, trying to capitalize off this lead. They do have quite a bit of money to back it up, too. I feel like they could all afford rifles next round if they really wanted to. ZER0 kind of on the back foot here.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even know what happened last round. Ritual just shut down that defense of ZER0 and just absolutely annihilated them. They just dominated that defense of ZER0.
I'll say, luckily for ZER0 here, they actually have a repeat of, you know, the round before last. Maybe they can fix some of the mistakes they might have made on the last one. Looks like they do have Splunge on roam again upstairs. Mac upstairs trying to check that roam just in case. Juice does take out Tripnog immediately. Oh my goodness.
What a peek from Juice. As I said, the reaction time from these players could be good or bad. Man, what's it called? All ZER0 has to do at this point is just hold lean angles, find their picks, and not over aggro. Because they are up in a player.
And
what a beautiful nade! Oh, Miyagi just runs away in time.
Ritual needs to watch flank. Jaded's creeping up here. Benito takes out Mango. Jaded takes out Cook by Caps Lock and Miyagi. And Benito takes out Mac. Ritual just not watching their flank. You hate to see it.
Whenever you're like attacking this site, you always want to watch that stairs flank. That is a very, very common flank, and it just, in my opinion, I don't really see anybody giving a crap about that flank. You know what I mean? Like every single time I would see somebody attacking that site on offense, there's gonna be a flank. Like there's always a flank. If there's not, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, the only team I've seen so far that hard covers that flank, that I've seen obviously in a scrimcast, has been Valor. They typically have a player posted up on that door, fully watching the stairs that can get that flanker down, and that's what you really need. There's almost always going to be a flank there, and even if there isn't, you need to be able to watch it in case someone does try to come around after the fact. I just feel like you have the right amount of players for it. You might as well post someone up there. Worst case, they come forward if everyone else starts getting hit. Very...
Yeah. Valor, though, speaking of Valor, Valor's a high-ranking team. They've been around for a little while, and they've been masters. So, I mean, people with a little more experience, I'm not saying these guys have no experience at all. I'm just saying Valor has more experience than these guys do. Then it's like top-notch players are going to hold flank at some certain point in time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Looks like we do have Ritual trying to push in on Green Hallway. Surprisingly, ZER0 actually has no players posted up in Green Hallway. Now Splunge is pushing up, trying to get maybe a cheeky pick off here. Does get hip fired there by Miyagi, but doesn't get taken down. Splunge putting down a smoke so he can back up into the point. Probably a great idea. A nade coming out here does take out Juice. I would say an S-tier frag in the words of Bob. Got to keep it alive. Looks like we do have Jaded pushing up through kitchen, trying to get the flank off here on Ritual. Bit of a, rough time here for ZER0. Hopefully Jaded doesn't get picked off. Mango is on a great flank watch here. That's a great flank watch we want to see.
What a beautiful flank watch from Mango. And that's what I mean. Watching that flank, you might get a pick or two and Splunge with a beautiful headshot on the trip knock through that box. Benito finds one on Mango. Splunge getting aggro, and it looks like he's going to back up from that caps lock, just avoiding that nade, but barely avoiding it. Splunge jiggle picking for info. Mac takes Splunge down to 25 HP. Will Splunge gets tossed a stim. Beautiful teamwork from the ZER0 team.
I feel like Ritual kind of at a standstill here. They need to get the EMP down. They don't know that ZER0 actually has no utility to block off that plant. Juice Potato might get picked off here by Mac if he's not careful, but he is watching it just in case he does get picked off. Miyagi picks off Splunge. Now it is just Benito on a 1v3 here. Rough situation to be in. Miyagi's still on the point. Takes out Benito. Ritual coming back from a 4-2 up to a 6-5.
Ooh, they are really playing for their picks. They are being patient and not aggroing on site, and that's just the way to play this map.
Yeah, I think, they're playing this really well, and I think Ritual kind of got their feet under them here. They were looking a bit rough at the beginning, just getting a few heartbreaking losses. Same with ZER0, but I think they're really starting to get their stride in. ZER0 actually on the back foot in economy here. Juice down to a, basically bald Marui. Juice Potato is going to be able to buy as well, hopefully. But Ritual very far ahead on utility. They can buy literally anything they want. I feel like they're a bit spoiled for choice here. Hopefully they can continue this momentum rather than losing it. And then hopefully they can claim this map. It's going to be a very interesting thing here. It looks like we do actually have Benito Lax covering the hatch here, but Ritual not even bothering with the hatch. Looks like they're going to be pushing straight in on B on the play they did last time.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Benito Lax roam. This is the first time I believe I've seen him roam, but I mean, let's see what Benito can do on this roam.
As I say, they don't know if anyone's hitting a hatch. It's a good idea to have someone upstairs as long as he's near the stairs. Mango does somewhat drone out the flank here, but I think he could have gone a little farther upstairs. Disappointing almost on that drone. I feel like going all the way upstairs would be a great idea here, but he just checks downstairs, Hopefully, if he does go upstairs here, he'll see Benito, but I don't think he's going to check it
Oh
personally.
my god, beautiful flip from Caps Lock. Oh, what a flick. Jewish Potato gets absolutely destroyed from Caps Lock. What a flick, and Jaded gets taken out from Tripnog. Tripnog finding Splunge.
Benito did get droned out upstairs, and Mango takes him out on that roam. Now, just Juice and Jaded having to hold down this point here. Miyagi waiting on the outside to go plant once Jaded does get shot, most likely. Wall is blown. Both walls. Caps Lock takes down Jaded. Miyagi takes down Juice. Ritual able to claim a 7-5 victory here. Well done. No,
Just
I wouldn't.
absolute
Last play.
chaos. That last play was beautiful. You know, Caps Lock finding the pick on that guy that was trying to get up close. Jewish Potato gets taken out. You know, and they executed this play well.
And I want to compliment, you know, I did kind of talk down on that droning, but they did end up checking the upstairs with the other drone. They got that flank watch off, and Mango had a great angle on the stairs so they could punish anyone who tried to come down. Well played there from Ritual, getting it off, not getting discouraged by going down two. They got it off. Now, I'm hoping we're going to have a third map to finish up this tie. I believe, you know, we will. We haven't seen a lot of players drop. You know, I'm excited to see it. You know, I'm excited. This has been a great matchup so far. I was a bit worried with that first map, you know, Ritual losing 7-3. It could be demoralizing for a lot of teams. But I think they got it back. They got in their groove here. 14-8 from Mac, nearly a 2.0 KD. You know, what do you have to say about Ritual overall in that match?
Like, as I said before, I mean, different playstyles, man. Ritual on defense did good. They found their rounds, but they came back from a fort too. And you know what I mean? It's just like they were executing their plays perfectly. They're finding their refrags. They're finding the picks that they really, really needed in order to be able to push into the site, get that plant down, and defend it.
Mm-hmm. Looks like our last map of the night here is going to be Factory. Ritual is starting on offense, ZER0 on defense. Complimentary side here for ZER0. Especially, I believe Jewish Potato is dedicated roamer here on Factory as well. He's going to hear a lot of these repels. We'll see if we can get anything off. But starting on top floor, Tetris push is going to be, I believe, just a definite from Ritual, most likely, on offense. They're continuing their momentum, hopefully, from the last map for them. We'll see if they can get it off. But ZER0, I look forward to seeing if they can interrupt that and take advantage of maybe some overconfidence over on Ritual's side. We'll see how it goes. I think Tetris is just a given here, most likely pushing straight into Cubby. We do have Splunge over on Lockers and Juice out in Tetris, with Juice Potato downstairs on Assembly. Hatch is blown. Juice backing straight up into point. Not even bothering with blocking off Lockers, I think. Does take down the drone, just go straight into point. Maybe a good idea to not be split off from the rest of his team. Juice Potato is downstairs, waiting on the stairs there. Hopefully they check their flank.
Max is weathering the bullets coming his way from Splunge and throws an instant. He has another one. He's throwing it, and he misses the little foot peek that Splunge is doing.
Which I do feel like, you know, talking about the droning just a little bit there, I feel like if you've been flanked by Juice Potatoes so much recently, you have to check the back line with a drone. I feel like you can't manually check it, because right now Miyagi is going to get flanked out by Juice Potato if he's not careful. Miyagi does take out Jaded. Juice Potato pushing up the stairs now. Miyagi does check it just in time, but Juice Potato takes him out. Now Tripnog and Mango. Tripnog gets pushed out by Benito. Juice Potato pushing up the stairs. Now it's just Mango who is on the other point. And the connector, and Splunge gets a great Cyclone kill off there on Mango.
I looked away for 2 seconds, and all I see is the Ritual players dead.
I mean, that's how it can flip, you know, flip on a dime. ZER0 now up one here, getting pistol round. Very important round to get. Now able to get some SMGs if they want. Splunge getting some great Cyclone kills out there on the pistol round. You know, not to be underestimated.
However, on the eco side of things, we see Ritual all buying SMGs except one person, Miyagi. And in my personal opinion, whenever you're on second round, buying an Omen, just for that little extra gun power, is a good idea. But if you're not into that, save your money, save your eco, and just kind of buy util for your teammates and stuff. And it looks like Zero has no SMGs and just two util, two incendiaries. What do you think about that?
I think you need to either commit to guns or utility. I feel like you can't half commit to either, Ritual definitely committing to guns other than Miyagi, who is going for a breaching foam, not really committing to either. Meanwhile, over on Zero, they did get killed by Caps Lock there, but they still have pistols, maybe a bit of a misplay, but I think they're just going for maybe saving you a bit of money so that even if they lose this round, I believe they'll all be able to afford rifles.
What is Caps Lock doing, jiggle peeking like a madman? You almost could take it out from that guy that was in Connectors. Caps Lock gonna pick up that SMG to have extra little power juice.
Caps Lock getting a bit overconfident here, trying to push straight into B. Benito takes out Mango as Mac takes out Splunge. Tripnog takes out Benito. Juice takes out Caps Lock, just trading kills back and forth here. Juice trying to get the kill off on Mac. He's at 4 health. He's going to have his work cut out for him here. They're both on opposite sides of this wall here, not aware the other is there. Juice gets taken out by Mac. Juice Potato takes out Tripnog. Now a 1v1, Juice Potato and Mac, but having their roles reversed. However, Juice Potato has EMP. He's able to hold it down. This is Juice Potato's element. He wants to be in the backline. He wants to be able to watch it on his own terms. Now he has the EMP. He can wait for Mac as long as he wants. But we'll see if Mac can get the EMP first. We'll see if Mac... I feel like Mac is not going to get too overconfident on that peak. I would hope not, at least. If he can just get the EMP and get to B, I think it'll work out in his favor. Will Juice Potato stay, patient here, or is he going to get impatient and push up as soon as he hears something? Mac heading to grab the EMP here. Does get the EMP quietly. I think he's not going to push out here into assembly. I hope he doesn't plant on this wall that's right next to the wall breach, because then Juice Potato can just push straight in and take him out. He doesn't know where Juice Potato is here. I think the best place to plant would probably be on the outside of Connector, don't you? Juice Potato pushing straight up here. Mac undaunted. Pushes straight past the static. Now pushing upstairs. Oh no. Yep, Mac had no idea where Juice Potato was. Heartbreaking there for Ritual.
Jewish Potato finding a beautiful pick with that RCP. Sorry I wasn't talking for a little bit. Had some stuff going on.
No problem at all.
Beautiful, beautiful round for the defense of Zero. Ritual just kind of getting picked off. However, it was down to 1v1, and Jewish Potato played that very, very well with that RCP.
Yeah, I think Mac, personally, I feel they're planting and then trying to back up just into the general hallway area would have been better than trying to go upstairs, because the sound cues are super clear when you're going upstairs. Juice Potato knows where he has to take cover from, whereas if you're quiet, if you're able to just crouch straight out, Juice Potato doesn't know whether you're crouching up the stairs, whether you're outside in that hallway, whether you're in the connector maybe. You have to keep your options open there. You have to keep them guessing. Speaking of which, it looks like Juice Potato might be going for a roam upstairs trying to cover any hatches. He has 2 trips here, actually, on the B window. It looks like they aren't going to be taking the bait here. Juice is just inside the storage here with a Knut. Do you think he's going to get a kill with it here?
If he swings, I believe Mac will find him with that beautiful angle on top of that left door, or no, he gets off of it. He might swing off that intel from that RCP, trying to shoot out that static. He does take out that drone, though. They have info that he is right there waiting with a Knut. Mac with a beautiful angle, taking out Jaded. Splunge finding Mago. And it's just instance. Anson getting thrown. Gonna be able to block off that push from Mac and Caps Lock, finding Splunge. Beautiful headshot with that Oral.
Now a 4v3 here, favoring Ritual. They're free to push up as much as they want onto A. Juice is now in the point. Juice Potato waiting outside the box, getting some blind fires off. Juice on a lean peek here. Might get taken out if they do get a bad peek off. Miyagi nearly now in the point with the EMP, trying to push up and plant. Juice on the other side of the wall from him. We'll see if he pushes out. He does push out. They do take him down. Potato takes down Mac with that Canut. Benito does take out Tripnog with that Vezin. Nearly gets taken out. Juice Potato picks up an RCP from storage and takes out Caps Lock. Beautiful play there from Zero, I would say, to counter Ritual's play onto A, don't you?
Yeah, honestly, that was beautiful play from Jewish Potato. And honestly, winning these defensive rounds, if you are good on attack, is very, very nice and very, very good if you need just that extra round. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. You know, you're giving yourself a huge buffer here. Zero's now guaranteed that they will either be ahead or tied heading into Switch, which going on to attacking on Factory is a great thing to have. Especially Juice Potato, 5.0 KD. You don't see that a lot in VRML. You know, 4.0 from Benito Lax. You know, I feel like Zero might be a front runner here. They're pretty favorable here on Factory. And be surprised if Ritual wasn't feeling a little nervous here. I know I would. Miyagi and Tripnog both looking to push it upstairs. I'm surprised, honestly, I don't know about you, to not see Juice Potato roaming upstairs on the hatch.
Where is Jewish Potato?
He's downstairs with Mac, and he just takes him out immediately.
Oh, well, I thought he was upstairs holding hatch.
Well, so what it was is he was downstairs. He was going to peek out that window, try to take out anyone who was on the wall, but then he heard Mac break out that window. If I was Mac, I would be so upset that he happened to be there when I'm looking back at this cast. Looks like we do have lockers being droned out here. They do... Ritual doing their due diligence, making sure there are no roamers upstairs. Luckily, there are not. Hatch is going to get blown here. Caps Lock clearing the stairs here. Jaded, very patiently waiting at the bottom, not pushing up immediately. Hopefully he keeps his patience, as Caps Lock is right here, ready and waiting if anyone tries to push out.
Caps Lock going to be swinging. Will he find one? He doesn't. Jaded finds him first before he is able to react. I mean, he looked like he did react, but Jaded was just a little bit faster.
Mango on the flank watch, on the stairs. He's going to get past EMP. 3v5 here.
Tripnog can make a beautiful flank if he wanted to. Or Jaded's just going to get taken out from Miyagi.
Benito kills himself with the grenade, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there.
Those grenades.
Looks like we do have Tripnog dropping down the stairs here. Bit of a standstill from these players. Juice Potato gets a great kill off on Mango on the hatch, as well as Tripnog looking to probably push out again. Take out another player, does know where the last player is, and takes out Miyagi for the 3K.
Jewish Potato with a beautiful 3K. Jewish Potato is going insane right now. 9-0. Oh my goodness.
I think actually, no, that was a 4K from Jewish Potato, wasn't it?
I'm almost positive it was.
Yeah, he's got a 9.0 KD here. Crazy to see. Yeah, it was a 4K from Jewish Potato. Congratulations to him here. Clear front runner. 0, 4-0. Above Ritual. Ritual has to put some heavy work in to get some rounds in, especially with the economy over on Zero not being that bad. Sometimes we've seen some teams get overconfident, you know, buy out a lot and then lose a round and not have enough for rifles. But here, Zero can pretty comfortably afford anything they want on this round and the next. Meanwhile, Ritual having to play pretty careful with anything they have. They are just going to be going for a mix of rifles and SMGs here. You know, if I'm Ritual here, I feel like I would be playing the buddy system. I need to just have a 5 push. Almost the only hope here is having 4 people push together, 1 person on flank watch. You can't be splitting up like this.
Indeed, and you see again Jewish Potato on the flank. I believe he heard Tripnog on that window. He hears him break it. He's gonna find Tripnog. If I was Tripnog, I would be devastated by that play from Jewish Potato.
Miyagi taking down Jaded as well. 4v4 here, but Ritual down a player and down a rifle, which is really important. I believe they went down a Vezin because of losing Tripnog there, which is just a really sad player loss for them here. I don't know, man. It just seems like ZER0 might be running away with this. But I don't want to cast the caster's curse here, so I don't want to say too much. Looks like we will have Ritual maybe thinking about rotating onto B, actually, as Mac is in lockers. They could blow the B wall. Mango takes out Juice. Miyagi takes out Splunge. Suddenly a 2v4 here. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Man, again, I looked away for 2 seconds, and the team just got shut down. A beautiful play from this Ritual team. Mac in that cubby. Ooh, just escapes just in time. Never mind, Benito fighting Mac with a beautiful headshot. Jewish Potato in lockers. Will he be able to find Mango, or will Mango assume he's in lockers?
Jewish Potato takes out Mango there. Now a 2v2 favoring ZER0. They think maybe there's someone up on the hatch which can work to Ritual's favor as they're going to have their back turned. Miyagi watching back hallway. Caps lock watching back hallway as well. Bit of a standstill here. Miyagi has the EMP, but he has to get in there and plant it, and they have no idea where these ZER0 players are. Miyagi pushing straight in. Going to be going for the plant, being covered by his teammate. They are going to get the plant down as ZER0 plays this very patiently. They're just waiting it out. Benito Lax pushing up. Juice Potato taking out Miyagi. Now it is just cooked by Caps Lock. It is taken out by Benito on a great place face onto the stairs, and ZER0's going to claim their 5th round in a row?
Oh my goodness. If they are able to get a 6-0, they are going to be locked down on match point, putting a lot more pressure on a Ritual, Plague Doctor.
And another 3K from Jewish Potato. I don't know if you noticed that. He's at a 12.0 KD here.
He is just the definition of a locked in this room.
No, like, I don't know. If I'm Ritual here, I don't know what I would do. I would be devastated, I feel like, especially with Jewish Potato has been shutting down Tripnog's roams and everyone else's roams, as much as he can. He's got these roams on lock. I feel like if I'm Ritual, I might have a bit of a reset here on the roams and not go for it, just go for a straight up push, because we know Jewish Potato is going to be somewhere else. If we can go for, a push together, try to get into the point, steamroll basically through the defenders if I can, it's going to work out a lot better than trying to do a slow push here with someone who is outside the points. It looks like Jewish Potato will not be roaming this time. I think ZER0 may be trying to just cinch this down, stay on the points, and get it done.
Indeed, Plague. However, Mac, again, with this little angle, I haven't really known about this angle from Mac at all. Have you known about this?
Not specifically from Mac, but I have seen that angle quite a bit. Looks like we do have a nade coming out. Is going to hurt. Actually, not hurt any of the players here. Mac does drop. But yeah, I have seen that angle. It's worked pretty well. But it is liable to get naded out if someone just does on a whim toss a nade out. Mac looking to push straight up through the smoke here. He's nearly inside the point. Nade here going to take out the door blocker. Juice Potato is going to get hit behind the blue box. Juice takes out Miyagi. Jada takes out Mac and Tripnog. Suddenly, Mango is alone. I missed all of that.
Happened?
Storage just got wiped. Now it's just
no
Mango.
idea what just happened.
I believe Juice and Jaded both swung straight through on Storage. Speaking of Jaded, he's going around trying to flank on Mango here. Mango fighting a battle on 3 fronts. Front door is now broken. I feel like if I'm ZER0 here, I don't get too overconfident. I wait. You want to... Yeah, they do go down a player. You don't want to lose players and lose just to being overconfident, ego peeking here. Maybe if I'm Jaded, I peek out now that I know Mango's facing the other direction. But I just think... oh my goodness, Ritual just in such a rough situation here, and Mango does get taken down by Jaded. ZER0 claiming the 6-0 above Ritual. Oh my goodness. What do you do if you're Ritual here? You need 7 rounds in a row.
I don't even know. This is a beautiful, beautiful game for ZER0. They are absolutely dominating this Ritual team. There's nothing you can really do unless you get the 6 curse. The 6, what is it called? 6-0 curse?
5-1 curse is typically that, but ZER0 just blasts us straight past that.
Oh.
Oh my, it's a rough situation to be in here for Ritual. I think kind of letting it slip through their fingers there a little bit. I think ZER0 just has some really good plays down on Factory on defense, and they've really been ironing them out from what it looks like. Maybe Ritual just fairly not able to get out on top. Now, ZER0 on pistol round, they have a very good chance of winning this outright because of the equal economy here. It can be anyone's game. Juice is going to be going for the drone in here, checking for utility, checking for roamers. They're not leaving any stone unturned. They do check, don't see any trips, don't see any proxes, pushing straight through to Tetris. If I'm ZER0 here, I just go for a straight A push. And that looks to be what they're doing. There are 2 players in lockers, which the drone does identify.
Oh, beautiful Incense. Might catch Tripnog. An Incense from Jewish. A absolute wonderful toss. Mac and Mango finding on Jaded. Jewish Potato swinging out, finding one. Will Splunge find the other? He finds another one. 2v2 situation right now with these teams. Splunge just eating that eating that nade damage, and ZER0 kind of in a tough situation.
Look from ZER0 there. If I know Miyagi's in the cubby, I'm just wallbanging through that cubby. If I know that he's there, I'm wallbanging or I'm foaming the cubby wall. Looks like that's what they are going to be doing. I feel like, yeah, they are sending it out. Miyagi nearly goes down, does go down. Capslot gets the refrag here, but Splunge is at only 5 health. He is 1 tap. Meanwhile, Cooks by Capslock is, 2 tap to a Spectral, and he doesn't have EMP either. He can just afford to wait. And he knows he can. Neither of these players have any util to flush the other out, so it's purely down to gunplay here. We're going to be seeing Cyclone versus Spectral. So if Splunge can get the jump over on Capslock, it's going to be really important. Looks like he does climb up.
Capslock heard him climb up.
He did hear the drop as well. He now knows approximately where he is. Bit of a blunder here from Splunge, I would say. I think crouching up would have been his best bet. That's a Jesper, not a Spectral. I think he thought it was a Spectral. Yeah, Splunge thought that was a Spectral. He just shook his head at his teammate. And Capslock secures the kill, claiming Ritual's first round. Very well done from them.
If Ritual tries to lock in, we're going to be here for a little while.
Hey, I look forward to it, honestly. I would rather see, a meteoric comeback than just a really unfortunate 7-0 loss. Looks like
indeed.
Looks like we do have Tripdog placing out some trips here for Ritual. Maybe feeling a little more confident. They do have the start of some momentum. They broke ZER0's 6-win streak. This may be the time for them to come back, especially with some strong utility here and some strong weaponry. We have Tripnog with an Aril, along with Capslock with an Aril, 2 RCPs and an Omen. They are full committing here, trying to push their advantage any way they can. Meanwhile, I feel like ZER0 is still kind of relaxing on their laurels a little bit here. They just have 1 Omen, and the rest of them are just kind of doing pistol save. But I guess they're just trying to full commit to rifles once they can afford them.
Yeah, I mean, the Oral is definitely a good with, just it has barely any recoil unless you shoot it for a very long, specific time. Then the recoil is just going to go up to the roof. So just don't shoot that much ammo or bullets.
Looks like we do have ZER0 going for an off-meta push, I believe, on a museum here. He is going to probably catch Ritual off guard. Mac takes out Splunge here on the hatch. But Ritual is none the wiser. Jaded pushes straight into museum. There's no procs, there's no nothing. Jaded pushing straight in. It's going to get taken out by Capslock. Capslock is taken out by Juice. Now, ZER0 has full claim over the point. They're going to go for the plant, but they are going to get pushed from War Room. Tripnog does take out Juice. Juice Potato trying to get the refrag. Gets taken out by the double push. Now it's just Benito. Does take out Miyagi.
Goodness.
Mango takes out his teammate. Mac takes out Benito. Ritual claiming the round there. ZER0 trying to get a quick plant off there, but I think they just barely didn't play that right. I think they incendiaried off. I don't know if you saw this, but they incendiaried off the connector. I feel like in that case, I would have incendiaried off War Room.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I thought it was a 1v1. I was not aware that Mac was alive.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. No, I just
We
think
see a disconnect.
Oh no. See,
Maybe he's subbing out, getting a sub in.
I'd be surprised on the last. I hope he comes back in. That'd be a rough way to lose their last round, is having a bot. But gosh, I just think ZER0 there really should have incendiaried War Room rather than the connector, just because War Room has so many more opportunities for someone to get a wide peek on. Meanwhile, connector is more of a choke point, and especially since from where they were planting, they had complete cover from connector, but not from War Room. Their backs were completely exposed. I think a smoke and an incendiary would have served them very well on War Room. Looks like Bot Daniel is still here. He's just gonna be roaming. They're getting really unlucky here, as Bot Daniel pushes straight out into storage, but luckily it comes back in as Jaded is in storage here, looking to take out the procs. Is probably going to take out Bot Daniel, most likely, as well, as the drone comes into point. Caps Lock throwing a great grenade out. Does not take any of these players out. Splunge pushing straight in. Throwing an incendiary. Does not take out Miyagi. It looks like ZER0 is full committing to the storage push while Ritual is down a player, and they are going to probably take out Bot Daniel. Juice takes out Bot Daniel. Juice Potato takes out Mac, and also his teammate Splunge. Shaded takes out Caps Lock. Now it is Miyagi and Mango against a 4-person. Juice Potato takes out Miyagi. Now it's just Mango.
Mango is in a very, very tough situation right now. That Canut from Benito. Benito swinging Mango with that Canut, and now ZER0 wins third map 7-2. That was super, super unfortunate for Ritual. That disconnect really, really got them shut down from ZER0, and it's just a beautiful push from ZER0, executing it well, but they really, really did take advantage of that missing player.
Yeah, I think playing their numbers advantage was very much the correct call. Knowing the other team is down a player, they know that they can full push storage typically because they're not going to be wanting to waste a player on it. Just a really tough loss there for Ritual. It was looking up for them. They had 2 in a row. If they had a player, they probably could have turned that around, but they just barely couldn't get it off. Overall, I think Ritual and ZER0 both played this really well. I think Ritual maybe just unfortunately just couldn't get the execution down. How do you think they played overall? What do you think did this go about as you expected it would, or was it a bit of an upset?
To be honest, I mean, I really did think that Ritual was going to win this scrim, but I guess I was wrong. I guess Ritual really came, showed what they can do, and really just kind of shut down Ritual. However, Ritual did get 1 map, which is good, so they didn't lose too badly, but, Jewish Potato just absolutely carrying ZER0's team 16-2. Man, I just feel it for Ritual, man. That was a good scrim. I'd be happy.
Yeah, fantastic scrim. And I think that's an important thing here is even if it was a loss, it's a great way to, go back through, especially with the recording, be able to go back through and go, okay, what could we improve on? That's what scrims should be used for, is getting, some great practice in. That's a fantastic way to use them rather than just going, oh, we lost a scrim, we played like shit, right? Like, you need to be able to learn from it. It's a learning experience.
Indeed.
As I say, I think they are done. Overall, I think both the teams played extremely well. Some great utility on both sides, especially, some fantastic nades, some great incendiaries, maybe some ways they could be improved, but otherwise, I think overall playing extremely well. Quickly, before we sign up, I did want to talk about, yesterday, the start of the season. What did you think of, especially that Valor versus Acer match?
That is a very good question. I did not watch that though. But what I thought is I really did think Valor was going to win considering Acer lost their main roster players. And that now they have a completely different roster. However, Tech9 and Hotline are both still on Acer, veterans of the team, I would say, considering that they don't have their old roster. I thought Valor was going to win, considering that they have a lot more chemistry than Acer's new roster does. That plus Valor has been a team more than Acer had this roster. You get what I mean?
Well, I will say, Valor also cycled a lot of players in the offseason. They lost, I believe, Sleetso and YK Donk, otherwise known as T-Bone. A entry fragger and a entry frag / IGL. Rough losses on both sides, but I do see what you mean with Acer. Losing a good amount of their players. It's rough on everyone. I think a lot of teams have had their rosters shaken up quite a bit in the offseason, so we'll see how it works out, and we'll see how the roster plays out. Valor won 7-1 on the last map against Acer. A bit of an upset, handing Acer, I believe, their 5th loss in a row.
Yeah, it is their 5th loss in a row. It's very unfortunate to see that Acer really just lost their players. I mean, they were such a beautiful team. They were an aggro team. They played really well together with the chemistry that they had, and it's just sad to see that Acer it honestly won't be as they were before.
Yeah, it's rough to watch, but at the same time, I think it's good to have, a bit of turmoil within the, team economy here, seeing what new teams can come up, with, teams forming the offseason. Obviously, we saw F3, disband, reband again, but that's kind of F3 overall. So we'll see how it goes heading into the season. Bit of a, initial upset, I would say, but it is only the 2nd day of the season. So we'll see how it goes from here. But I think overall, unless you have anything else to say, that's probably going to be it for me tonight. How about you? I think that's probably going to be the cue. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Thank you for coming out and watching. This was a cast of a scrim between... unfortunately, you are late a little bit, Gutter. I'm sorry to hear it. This was a cast between ZER0 and Ritual, casted by myself, Plague Doctor 13, along with Pillow as my co-caster here in the booth. I look forward to seeing you all in the next community cast or VRML cast. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. This has been a great scrim to watch, and I hope to watch another one in the future.
Yep, indeed.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, sorry.
You're fine. I'd say, do you have anything else to say before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you for whoever who joined. This was such a good scrim to cast. I'm really happy to sit in the booth with Plague Doctor here. Beautiful scrim, beautiful commentating from Plague Doctor, a newer caster to VRML. So, good stuff, man. You did beautiful. And honestly, that scrim was just a beautiful scrim to watch. I mean, really good scrim. And I also noticed that you have been on the road for community casts. You've been doing a lot of community casts, and that's a very, very good way to practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, as soon as I started trying to do the VRML casting, I was doing like nearly a cast a day. Getting some work in. It's been really rewarding to see, a lot of people throughout the community react positively. And to be on a cast yesterday with Bob and, Gravix on a Valor versus Acer match, it's it's really exciting to do so, and I'm just happy to be here in the community.
Of course, man. I'm glad to have you at the NVRML casting, man.
Yeah. So I think with that said, I think that's probably going to be it from me tonight. I hope you all have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you in the next community cast.